during the qualifier, the World Cup qualifier in 2018, we were nowhere near Algeria and Cameroon. That was why even Zambia. That was why we landed in that top group. But Super Eagles blew everybody away. They went to the Nations Cup. They did the same to Cameroon. The Cameroonians were the defending champions. We took them to the cleaners. We won almost. We beat the Bafana. We did almost everything right. Then what happened? We all talked about, this thing is good, the team has shown promises. Genetro, take new contract. Sign whatever you want. You just Genetro a new contract. What happened? They danced during the qualifiers. Then Genetro was fired. Gabon came in. We saw the same issues. My point is, they've always been hot today and cold tomorrow. That is the history of this boy, and that's the reason I'm not moved. Sorry, Akim, do you know that this team has always been like this?
Always like this?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I've never watched them like this and enjoy them like this.
Do you know what I'm saying?
A team that scored about 14 goals in 5 games.
Oh, Emmanuel.
I don't want them like that. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to sound.
No, it's not even just about the gravity.
I don't want to play down what it did.
But you're trying to do it.
No, I don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, I'm not moved. I can't be fooled by whatever Super Eagles did in there.
But
I'll take you back to 2019.
That takes us to our next talking point, and that's Angola, Tunisia, and Gabon expressed interest in Nigerian gaffer Eric Chelle. I don't know. So yeah, I was going to actually come to Akim on this, but I'm going to keep a question for you about this particular development. But let me start with
development.
Akim is a strong fan of how they play.
Akim, what's your thoughts? How do you see this?
This is to buttress my point about Chelle. Let me talk. This is to buttress my point about Eric Chelle. When a coach is, the impact of a coach is so visible that you could see the progress in the team, then just give him his slack. Yes, I know this, the end product not good enough. The only thing that is missing is trophy.
No, it's not just trophy.
What do you think? What do you think?
At least we didn't pick a World Cup ticket too, so that's also part of it.
Yeah, but he didn't start the job.
It doesn't matter.
For me, I wouldn't blame him for something that it's not his own blame. It to be blamed entirely. When three people, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
No, of course you will have your say. I think it's fair to say he didn't start the normal World Cup qualifying stage.
Yeah.
So finishing second for me was a miracle.
Yeah.
It did well.
Okay.
But as far as the playoff is concerned, it started it. That was another great opportunity. But you can go on.
Okay. Well, but in the end, we also did at AFCON. And I'll tell you what, when you're working with someone and then you see interest from other people, it means that what you have, people are seeing what you have and they wish they had it.
Yeah.
So in a way, we can argue that Tunisia have a better team than Eagle before AFCON.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this same Tunisia are saying that they want this man.
Yeah.
It says only one thing. They say there's something in there. There's coaching in there.
I think Tunisia even approached him during the AFCON. That was when they approached him. The AFCON was still on. When they approached him, I think he rejected them, and for Gabon and Angola, I think they are not giving up. They are pushing. Now it's less for the NFF. I think he still has contract on the 2027, if I'm not mistaken. And we know that the NFF actually they are interested in renewing. They want to keep him.
Like
Akim said, he has done well. As far as I'm concerned, I think it surprised a whole lot of people. When the appointment was made, we all maybe reacted some kind of way because we felt the Super Eagles
Franco Malian.
A whole lot was said. We don't want a Malian coach. We don't want that a man that couldn't do this or that couldn't do that with Mali. But the fact is, the Super Eagles job is much more easier than the Malian job because of the crop of players available. But the job also comes with its own issue, pressure, expectation. Here am I, saying I wasn't satisfied with the outcome of that tournament. For Akim, for every Malian, they will kill to have that kind of tournament. They will be happy. But as a Nigerian, this is a big nation, big football pedigree in AFCON. I want to see my team win because we have what it takes to win. So that's for me where the issue comes in, the expectation, the pressure and all of that. And the most important thing is, I think that the Chelle also earned the trust of the players. Most of the players want him to continue. I saw video of Iwobi thanking him, saying is this, is that, this is the man that actually got the better out of us, and Ndidi as well during the press conference saying we have to keep the coach. So I think the body language is clear. He also wants the job because for him to have rejected Tunisia that is even going to World Cup, and the fact is the North African can actually pay more than what we are currently paying. They can pay more than what we are offering.
They will tempt you with better offers.
Yeah, the Moroccan, in fact, the former Moroccan coach, is it Wahil, the Serbian, earn about $100,000, US dollars a month managing Morocco.
The same thing for
we couldn't sign Hervé Renard because of his wages. That is the former Cote d'Ivoire and Zambia coach. We couldn't sign him because of the wages. Bruno Labbadia.
Renard is coaching with France. He's also coached with the Arabian side. So
Bruno Labbadia as well. We couldn't lay our hands on him because of the wages.
The pedigree.
It doesn't even matter. But they agreed terms. I think they have a verbal agreement. But everything broke down when it comes to figures. The money, how much are you paying, how much are you. So I think for Chelle, he's a decent coach. It's not going to cost us much. But I don't know now that the stock is higher. I don't know what his demands are. Currently, he's on $50,000 per month, and he has about 2 technical staff working with him as well. And he's paying those guys. So he could be saying, please give me 70.
Based on the offers he's getting elsewhere.
Based on the offer he's getting. And based on the performance, so he has earned it.
Does this put the NFF or the NSC in a much more dicey position now? Because now that they know that this young man has possibly suitors and lucrative offers coming from other places on the continent, does he add pressure towards all those? Because what I was going to ask you before was that if we look at disappointment scenarios and we say to ourselves, does this provide us, especially with the reactions of some of the players, the way the team have played for him, does it provide us a template to actually build a system around this manager? Look at the Moroccans. They've had their coach for a while now, and there's a complete trust of the nation. I'm saying the nation, the federation, the players, everybody feels like this man is our head coach and they believe in him. Does this provide a template for us as a nation that rather than we've had Senede, we've had Pesero, we've had this, we've had that, we can stick with one manager for a longer period?
Emmanuel, our issue
especially with no World Cup.
This is our problem. The Moroccan situation is quite different. The coach actually built. Where were they before this coach? They were not doing that. They were not doing well like that. But our issue now is we have crop of players. In fact, for me, the most talented Super Eagles set after the 1994. That's the issue now. The NFF wants to win with this crop of players. Nigerians want to see Osimhen, win the Nations Cup. We want to win. Failure to win with this generation, or I don't know how we are going to categorize. A lot of you are already calling them wasted generation before the Nations Cup. They've started the narrative. Wasted. But they
missing 2 World Cups.
2 World Cups, not doing well. The 2019 Nations Cup, they got to semi-final. They also picked bronze. 2021 Nations Cup, they were not there. No, 2021 round of 16. 2020 the last Nations Cup in 2024. Also,
in Ivory Coast.
In Ivory Coast, they got to the final, raised a little bit of hope. Then the World Cup setback. Came in, then people started talking, they are never going to take us there. But if you look into that squad holistically and objectively, it's a squad that is decent enough to win. So it's going to be difficult for a coach.
Can a decent squad win the AFCON?
Akim, more than decent, maybe not the crop. I mean, maybe not quality-wise. Yes, you can be decent, but sometimes it depends on your mentality. I think the only thing that is missing now, I think we all will agree on one thing: these boys are not that mentally tough. It is that toughness that.
Which means they have to be able.
But it's coachable.
It's coachable.
It's coachable.
Is mental coachable?
Yes, it is. That is why Jose Mourinho will pick a player that just psych up his head, and then you see the player playing so differently. I'll tell you what, I think the level of our performance right now is promising. That's what I'll tell you for free. In another tournament that we have a bit of luck, we might get to the final.
I'm probably even winning. Sorry, Akim, do you know that this team has always been like this?
Always like this?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I've never watched them like this and enjoy them like this.
Sorry, do you know what I'm saying?
A team that scored about 14 goals in 5 games.
Oh, Emmanuel.
I don't want them like that. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to sound.
No, it's not even just about the club.
I don't want to play down what they did.
But you're trying to do it.
No, I don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, I'm not moved. I can't be fooled by whatever Super Eagles did in there.
But doesn't mean they did
I will
anything,
take you back to 2019. The majority of these players were there as well. 2019 AFCON in Egypt. They played good football. Good football.
I think even
during the qualified, the World Cup qualified in 2018, we were nowhere near Algeria and Cameroon. That was why even Zambia. That was why we landed in that top group. But Super Eagles blew everybody away. They went to the Nations Cup. They did the same to Cameroon. The Cameroonians were the defending champions. We took them to the cleaners. We won almost. We beat the Bafana. We did almost everything right. Then what happened? We all talked about, this thing is good. The team has shown promises. Genetro, take new contract. Sign whatever you want. You just gonna do a new contract. What happened? They danced during the qualifiers. Then Genetro was fired. Eguavon came in. We saw the same issues. My point is, they've always been hot today and cold tomorrow. That is the history of this boy, and that's the reason I'm not moved.
But
I wasn't moved by what actually happened.
They were not particularly cold at this AFCON.
Emmanuel, I said now. The trajectory started in 2019. In 2018 down to 2019, they also moved higher in FIFA rankings there. That was the best at that time. They gave Genetro a new contract. So when it got to qualifiers in they started losing to Central African Republic at home. They bottled 4 goals lead against Sierra Leone at home. Have you forgotten? It's still the same group of players. Then they sacked the coach. We brought in Eguavon. They went to the Nations Cup, beat everybody in the group stage.
And then they won.
Then all of a sudden, the people started saying the Super Eagles, they are the favourites for the title. They were the only team that qualified with 100% record to round of 16 in that tournament. But what happened in round of 16? They lost. Then they came back home again. They started building momentum again. It's a team that has not been able to maintain or to sustain their level. Akim, don't get me wrong, they are quite talented. Like I said, the most talented Super Eagles on paper after the class of '94. But their problem is this: they go like this, they come like this. So I won't be surprised if when the qualifiers start again and they are struggling to beat Zimbabwe, they are struggling to beat Lesotho. Then some people will now say they are tournament team. No, they are not a tournament team. Tournament teams are the ones that find a way to win, even when they are not playing their best football. So let us move on.
Okay, guys, let's
because at the end of the day, Akim will just continue like I don't see anything good in the Super Eagles.
No, I get your point actually, and you're absolutely right. Because for a number of us who have followed the Super Eagles, like they said, expectations in Cameroon, the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon, when we were playing in Garra, was very, very high, and we saw how it all ended against Tunisia. So, like Chelle said, blow out today. And then we are praying that they don't blow cold tomorrow.
We pray so.
I'm hoping. Guys, let's get to the champions.
And most importantly, when Chelle sign a new contract, I think we should give him a new contract. You know, benefit of doubt. He has done what he has earned it. Give him a new contract, and I hope everybody will not dance choose. Because Chelle signed 2 contract renewal. But things started going south. You know, after he signed the last one. And at the end of the day, what happened? The NFL were pressured to sack him. They sacked him without having money to pay for compensation.
And it took us to court.
And it took NFL to FIFA.
It took us to FIFA. Well, let's talk about the champions. Let's see pictures from Senegal as they get to celebrate the title that they have just won against all of the odds right there in Morocco. They had to fight for it tooth and nail on the pitch, different things. In different aspects of the game, the finals themselves, even before the finals, during the finals, after the finals, it's been all fight. But the Senegalese had to take a moment to celebrate, and that happened yesterday, where they were on the street in their home countries, and the number was staggering. Let's get to see pictures from the Senegal celebrations while we discuss what this win means for Senegal, what it means for other countries, especially like Chelle would say, there are tournament teams and there are some teams that are just there to participate. Senegal has proven that they are the outright tournament teams. I think they've won how many? Three in the last 4
finals. 3 of the 4 finals, 2 of 3. I think they've gone to 3 or 4 finals, and out of that 3 finals, they've won 2.
Amazing. I think that's the definition of a tournament team, if you ask me, Chelle.
I wonder what they do without some of their key players, because don't forget, we have said this once, that there are so much leaders in this team. Now my question is, what happens when these leaders leave the team?
Because Mane is
getting closer than ever now. Mane is probably leaving now. Koulibaly is probably going to leave. Mendy very close. As a goalkeeper, yes, they have a longer
Akim, can we pull this number?
This number.
If Super Eagles,
are you
sure we can pull this number?
There's a lot going on in Nigeria.
I think we can pull this number in.
There's a lot going on in Nigeria. That's what I'll tell you. So, yes, football is one thing that brings all of us together, that makes us forget whatever that is going on in Lagos.
Emmanuel, let's forget about the numbers. I think let's talk about the most important aspect of this Nations Cup. It's quite sad that people are still, talking about what actually transpired in that final. I think it's still a very, very big tournament, a great tournament. And I think the tournament in Morocco actually gave us, special memories and all of that. We were discussing possible punishment, for the Senegalese people, for the Senegalese technical crew and all of that. For me, I think it's very, very sad. It's not only coaches or footballers that can actually bring football into disrepute. Administrators start this nonsense. The moment you want to try to influence a possible outcome of matches, I think you are bringing football into disrepute. Because if eventually you succeed with what you are trying to do, what do you think is will be going on in the mind of the people, of the fans? I mean, the only thing that makes football thrive is integrity. You know,
and you have
the
to be
fairness.
fair.
And you have to be every team must believe that they have a chance of winning a game, regardless of what they are parading. Even if the players or those who know how to play, even if they have one leg, they need that chance. You know, and it's just quite sad what we saw, you know, with that show of shame and all of that.
Because now we are seeing CAF and FIFA talk about the notion that things like this should not be happening. The staging of the walkout by Senegal should not happen. But my question to them will now be that how do teams
Emmanuel, this
fight? How do teams fight injustice?
Akim and Emmanuel, the saddest part is nobody is even talking about the antics of the Moroccans. Nobody's talking about that.
Even some from the fans, and I think this is not good enough. These are the things that could trigger stuff like staging walkouts. So if they don't do that, what do you expect them to do?
Because it was triggered actually. But guys, that's it.
Before we leave this Senegalese issue, it's also important to also establish that this Senegalese president actually rewarded the team handsomely. You know, handsomely, and I saw incredible. And this is what we want to see. You know, for the players, they got 115,000 euros each. Wow. Yes, and landed properties in Dakar. Then the federation now, not the federation. You know, each one of them also got 75,000 euros. Then you have the ministry. You know, the ministry guys, yes, that traveled with them. All of them, you know, we shared a sum of 465,000 euros. I mean, that's
rewarding excellence.
And
that's rewarding number one.
Also got national honor. You know, and I believe that the players will get national honor too. I don't know. That's the difference. That's why I said sometimes we celebrate, we over pamper these Eagles. They didn't win the Nations Cup, we gave them something similar. Give them national honor, give them
100,000. Okay, guys, let's go to the Champions League.
You know what? I don't like to be on this side. But those guys will not let me be.
Sometimes it's good that you say your mind.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
This is a protected space.
Yes, you can see whatever you want, however you want.
Guys, let's go to the Champions